Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. I see I got one viewer so far. One viewer so far. It's been a minute. Peace and blessings to everyone. Thank you for coming in for your view. Hopefully, we'll have a couple more people, but it's okay if I only have the one. I know that it's been a while for me, so I don't expect much, especially if I don't necessarily, announce or give a notification for people to come in at a certain time and things in that sort. And I know that a lot of more greater content creators, they tend to go live and everything, so um that's okay. But today I got a few things that I want to get off of my chest. Excuse me. And I want to state a couple of things. It's been a lot of chaos, and with the LaTruth saga, it's been very up and down, everywhere, all over the place, craziness. With the situation with Kevin and his accusations, it's just been a lot of chaos. And I just want to, give my perspective, and maybe this can help somebody. Maybe it can help the ones who are working so hard to just create these images of these men in such a negative light. um there's a verse in the Bible, and it says, um out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. um And with that verse, it basically identifies, if you have a good heart, you speak good. And if you have a bad heart, you speak bad. And what I noticed on YouTube is a lot of people are entertained by bad. I mean, they laugh so easily. They have a good time speaking so negatively. And it's just so sad to me, how people can necessarily live and sleep at night, knowing that their intent the next day or that day is to, purposely um, demolish or discourage or destroy someone. How hurt and angry can your heart be that you would wake up to do something so destructive? um in another part is when Jesus was in the wilderness. He was tempted by Satan, and Satan had the houses and the cars and everything like that, and made it seem as if the life and and everything that they had going on was so positive. But just envision yourself being so angry within so much every day of your life that you literally get a joy and a kick out of knocking someone else down with lies. you know I've been hearing a lot of things about certain content creators and certain sides and things in that sort. It seems as if that is something that they aspired for another group of people to be like, or they seem to have these things handled, or they've even spoken of how they handle things in the back end and they never show it in the front. But see, this is all deceptive. It's an illusion. So when you look at it, all you see are the positives of it. To be so negative, the positivity from being negative. You think that you want these things. You think that this is what it's supposed to be like. But that's not it at all. It's a deception. But see, Satan is a deceiver, right? And when the opportunity comes, he snatches a hold of you and you instantly regret it. And sometimes you got to be careful, because at the instantly regretting it, it may be too late, because then you have shown a moment of yourself, or you may have been placed into a predicament that can no longer change. We take for granted the moments that we have with good people because we see the glamour and the glory of those who have done wrong, who have been wrong. Um, I've been defending Kevin Wesley against a lot of these accusations, and the internet sister just recently stated how she wanted to start an entirely new sector. And so, she brung Chief Callie out, and I guess she wants to, start a sector for Kevin Wesley. And and the ultimate goal, whatever it may be, um basically, uh speaking of the accusations of what Chief Callie has stated, for almost 7 years now, um, about him basically admitting that he would go down in his legacy as the man who almost got butt fucked by an NBA player and his house manager. I mean, if that's what brings you pleasure and, satisfaction, if that's the legacy you want to leave off, if that's the name that you want to stick to you when people think of you or mention you, or, by all means, because he feels like he's doing something for the people, for the community, talking about the Illuminati and everything. And somehow Kevin is in comparison to all of these grand celebrities when Kevin has never admitted to being any of that. He was just a house manager. Nowadays, a black man having a job, let me tell you, it's something so evil connected to it. It just wouldn't make sense. He was broke one day. He ended up with a job, and all of a sudden, he didn't need money anymore. That's the Illuminati. But, hey, if it fits you, if that's the look you want to have, you know, okay. Talking about shrooms and drugs on fruit and all of the naysays of I've heard of this and I've heard of that, you know, it's kind of like, it's like a bunch of sheltered people just sitting around that's never experienced life, never been anywhere, doesn't know a certain status of people. So they run off with scary ideas and hold each other bound from seeing or understanding anything more. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Um what I like to talk about all the time is the dog sitting on the nail story. And I have a great story for that as well. I even have an add on to it. Um, basically identifying how every last person that I've seen, um, speak so negatively from the smallest to the largest level of it. To me, it's reminding of the dog sitting on the nail, you know and I know everybody's heard this story, but I'm gonna give it real quick so that we can go into the topic of what I want to discuss. You feel me? Just stick around, it gets good. And what I always tell people all the time is, not only do I want you to listen to what I'm saying in the perspective of the story or the topic, but to also listen to it for yourself a little bit, see if we can get some growth for ourselves, because I'm not perfect. Sometimes I gotta go back to a story for myself to get some growth, okay? Because I've been in this saga too, and boy, I've been up and down just as much as everyone else. But in the story of the dog on the nail, I like to say it's this little girl. It's a little girl walking down the street, and she's walking through the neighborhood, and she hears a dog howling. And she continues to walk, and then she ends up walking up across the porch of where the dog is howling. and there's a man rocking in the rocking chair on the porch while the dog is hauling. So she asked the man, she said, "What's wrong with the dog?" And the man said, "Nothing. He just sitting on a nail." And she said, "Well, why you won't get up?" And the man said, "I don't know. I guess it ain't hurting bad enough." And when I break down that story, I like people to understand that it's the nail never forced the dog to sit on it. The nail never moved under the dog. It is the dog that chose to sit on that nail. So we hear a lot of people on the internet, especially within the saga. V, thank you for coming through, King. Blue, thank you for coming through, Queen. But we hear a lot of people, especially on the internet and in this saga, moping and groaning about, how they may have been receptive to certain people or how certain people portrayed them or treated them. um and being upset, like Jeannie, the internet sister, she was very upset because of the treatment that she received, her and a few other content creators, and they did not feel comfortable in that. Jaffe was one of them, as well. And at some point we got to understand when somebody never asked us, even though they had great gratitude for what these content creators have done, we can't blame them for the mistreatment that we received because they were receiving it first. And now, trust me, I know it's not a comforting thing. That's why I try to have a limit as to where I go when I speak about certain content creators and bringing their names up, because I don't want them to feel so offended to where they target me so harshly, because I don't want to target them so harshly, right? I want to be able to speak about the perspectives and speak about the information. But to some point, you start to get weary as to whether somebody wants to hear the point or not, or if they just want to be negative, or if they have a malicious purpose. It's up to anybody to bring up their own understanding or interpretation of how this thing is going out. But the dog on the nail story speaks to me because you got to be in so much pain that you want to hear somebody else acknowledge it, or you want someone to care. But the pain that you're having is by your own choice, is by your own decision. And if you would just get up off of the nail, you would no longer hurt. It's just that easy. It's just that simple. We can blame and point the fingers all day long. But sometimes we have to start to point the finger at ourselves and say, you know what? Regardless to how hurtful I may feel, regardless to how, you know, disappointed I may be in this entire situation, I no longer want to go to sleep at night hurt. I no longer want to wake up with the intent to continue to spread this hurt, to continue to hold on to this hurt. You know, um, you have to get to that point, and in this saga, because of so much wanting to, set free and, you know, be the be the help to deliver a great message, and to give justice to a person that we believe was innocent or mistreated. We do get emotionally involved and attached. I know Jeannie has, because I used to support her channel a lot. I know Jaffe has. You get what I'm saying? I know a lot of the content creators have. And the only reason why I'm mentioning their name is because I was watching the Internet Sisters channel last night while Kevin and Chief Callie and Moore was on the panel. So that's the only reason why I'm bringing their name up, just for an instance. But I was there when I saw the Internet Sister defending Robert. I was there when Jaffe was defending Robert. And I was also there when they had differences within each other and differences toward Robert. I witnessed the entire thing. Okay. Um, V Bennett said, yep, complaining about stuff they can avoid if they chose to. Exactly, King. Exactly. Open book. Thank you for coming through, Queen. And it just hurts me so bad because after you support these people for a while, you just never expect certain things to make such a harsh turn. And it's okay if they, gain a different perspective. But even in gaining a different perspective, what did we all grow from? Or did we learn from? Or what did we gain, you know, in our behavior, in our patterns, you know? Um, what about it makes it better now? Especially if it only seems worse, you know? Um, I saw Kevin defending himself yet again against these accusations, and you know, to a group of people that just did not even care to hear his defense. They weren't concerned with his defense. They just wanted to have a show, you know. They just wanted to have a show. They asked him a question. He gave the answer because it wasn't short story or short yes or no answer. It wasn't an answer, according to the internet sister. And they would, they just wouldn't receive what he was saying. They wouldn't believe what he was saying. Now the internet sister, her brother was there, and I believe to an extent he really was listening or trying to listen to what Kevin was saying. And I get it. And it's okay because he was new to the story. He didn't know a lot of the story, you know. And and basically the internet sister was stating that, she disagree with her family being talked about and including her brother into the scenario. So in the defense, she was going to, you know, speak on Kevin now. And that was her way of, I guess, even in the scoreboard. But to Kevin, she said, you got to be okay with people talking about you. Everybody's not going to agree with you. Well, now we have to consider that in your perspective as well, because this is not one but the second brother that's being talked about, you know? Um, but I also have this story, and everybody says it all the time. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Well, here's the thing about the story of leading a horse to water. What if the horse was never thirsty? What if the horse was just lost, had been in so much confusion that the horse lost his way, stuck in the wilderness? And when you led them to the water, they were able to figure out where they went wrong, and then they're able to go free again, back into the wilderness. So what I've learned is maybe we should stop leading the horses to water. And maybe in some cases, we might need to mind our business, because those horses will show us just how thirsty they are or just how thirsty they're not as soon as we have led them to that water. And then they go right back into the wilderness where you had found them. And in the midst of their chaos and own understanding, they'll think that you were the ultimate problem. Or they'll convince you that it's you that needs to be led to water when it was you that led them to water in the first place. Kevin, thank you for coming through, King. I watched you last night yet again defend your name. I watched you last night yet again defend your name. And I am so, so sorry that people, and they see it. To be honest with you, to tell you the truth, I think they're clowning Chief Cali, to tell you the truth. They think he's a joke because it's no way in the world, and that's my assumption, because there's no way in the world that they could believe that bull. You know what I'm saying? But I think that the intent is to work you up, bother you, create content to continue on with with the negative success of their platforms, to continue to, you know, basically, build and make their own platforms out of the way, whatever is easier. People love negativity, people love drama. At some point, sometimes I even think it's not even about you personally or your family personally. And then sometimes I think it is. But most importantly, it's about, the success of negativity. Because I don't think nobody believed Chief Cali. I mean, nobody wants to go around being known as the man who almost got butt fucked by an NBA star and his house manager. That to me is corny. I'm sorry if I let you down in my response. A man has to stand for himself, but what you said just hit home. Kevin, you defending your name is never wrong. And the fact that people can't acknowledge that again and again, you continue to give an effort to doing that. And that should show some type of innocence. The problem is not you, the problem is them. Terry, thank you for coming through, King. Thank you for coming through, King. And it's so unfortunate of these things happening, you know, that we see a lot of this go on, but we have to understand that it is not the negativity of someone else that is driving these people. It is the hurt and the negativity within themselves. You know, I had the opportunity to speak to the internet sister one time, and you know, and I did, I gave her props and spoke about how she would speak great things within the story about encouragement, and she actually did have those moments. But now it seems darker than ever. And the reason why is because it takes a lot of energy to hold on to anger. It takes a lot of energy to hold on to hurt, you know? And so when you have that, you get harder, you get darker, you get to a place where people can hardly recognize the person that they first met, because that's a lot of energy. Josephine, thank you for coming through, Queen. V says, I'll never forget that Cali tape. That is just too hilarious. Dude jealous of Kevin deeply. Most definitely. And V, let me tell you, Cali tried so hard to be so tough last night. And I think the only reason why that he felt the need to do that was because he had two other men up there listening in. But we all have witnessed Chief Cali not being that great of a man. You know, um, they're so hypocritical at times. He doesn't really see what he does to other people, and he doesn't care. But see, the crazy thing about it is everybody is profiting around him about him almost being butt fucked, but he's not gaining anything at all. He's just gonna go down in history as a man who almost got butt fucked, according to his own story, which is really sad. If that's the legacy that you want to leave behind, you really don't think that high of yourself, you know. Shelly Shell, thank you for coming through, Queen. But Kevin, stay encouraged, bro. When you step out, even in the midst of, I mean, literally surrounded, and you hold no fear, you know, you're a wise man, strong man, courageous. You did something that a lot of people would not be capable to do. I say it all the time. It would be hard for me because I think I've shown weak moments, where I could get frustrated too, so I'm not perfect at all. But Kevin is very courageous, and that's why he's a grand influencer, because it encourages people. It has encouraged me, you know, to stand strong. Um, I just feel like, I just try to understand why is it that, you know, I try to get to the bottom of the understanding of why people would work in overtime to do these things. And I just can't necessarily point my finger onto it. And I guess you got to have a hardened heart in order to understand. And so I tell people all the time, don't let hurt harden your heart. Don't let traumas harden your heart. Don't let what you disagree with or what disappoints you or what other people do and say and what you cannot control to harden your heart. Because then you'll only be able to understand those of a hardened heart, angry, trying to get back at somebody, want to prove a point so desperately that you lose yourself in the moment. You know, don't do it. Don't do it because those people are clearly lost. They are clearly lost. You know, I mean, the first question I would ask Callie is, but why haven't you done anything? You want to spread to the world that somebody was trying to get your ass. But out of the 7 years of this going on, of you spreading this out to the world, you didn't try to get any get back. And then they were like, well, Kevin, why did you call the police? I wouldn't have called the police. Callie, if you weren't gonna fight Kevin or, use that thing on your hip or whatever, you just running away. They let you go freely, which to me says enough right there that you gotta be lying because they let you go away to tell the story. But yet and still you didn't call the police at the bare minimum. You just gonna let grown men walk away knowing that they tried to rape you, and the only thing you're gonna do is go online and run your mouth like a female. You're giving a lot of female traits, but V says also forgive sometimes. Dude arguing for how long about having a bad trip? Exactly, it was a bad trip. You guys were great friends, right? Or were building a great friendship, but because of a bad trip, the paranoia, um, he never experienced shrooms before. So at some point, he has to understand, it was me. I was in my head. I was tripping. You know, Kevin said, could it be true that the energy people put in to destroy you is directly proportional to your greatness? That is most definitely true as well. And that's why you got to be strong, Kev, because your greatness, a lot of people greatness is, it may not, go the way you want it to go favorably to your emotions, to your feeling, to your heart. And speaking of that, to whom much is given, much is required. And they've been stating that so much, getting on my nerves about it. Well, you're supposed to be this guru, so you're supposed to be able to take it, whatever. I feel like you've been taking it well. They're not receptive to your response because they feel like if you're taking it, you're only supposed to respond in a certain way and not this way, whatever the case may be. But I feel like you're handling yourself as a person with dear concern for your name. You're handling it as a person with dear concern for people who have a concern about the situation, whether it be negative or positive. But they can't see that. They feel as if they're getting away with disrespecting you, but at some point they have to realize that they're disrespecting themselves, you know, and they may never see it. And you know, okay, they may never see it. Even Amora has picked up on the conversation again, and it's unfortunate they were talking about reaching out to Royce and all of this chaos, and it's like, whichever way you want to go about this, to be honest with you, if any bigger platforms other than themselves was to pick up this story, they would have the short end of the stick because it's just not logical. And I hate the fact that every time they feel the need, they want to compare it to somebody else's story, a celebrity story, Polite or P. Diddy, and all of these cases. Like, you guys are saying that I'm not that big, but yet you're comparing me to P. Diddy when I was literally just the house manager. Like, you guys are telling the world that I'm bigger in your mind. You guys are telling the world that I'm great. You guys are comparing me to people that you idolize as top top tier or higher than yourself type of people. It is you that is telling on yourself. And so you feel that this is a way to pull me down, but you're trying to pull me down from a level that you have in your head of me. But the level that Kevin has of himself, if I can say so myself, is first and foremost a level that cannot be moved. What you did not create, you cannot destroy. And even though you work his nerves up in the moment, he is very much so enlightened to gather peace within himself and come right back as if you never even happened. And Joanne, thank you for coming through, Queen. Kev, why did you go on that panel? They were all against you. They were definitely against him. They were most definitely against him. But guess what? Guess what, Queen? When you have people that repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly speak so harshly and negatively on a topic, whether it may be this family or not, they're only telling on themselves. And Kevin says if any non biased platform covered this, they would expose him as a clout chaser so fast. The only people who pretend to believe him are people who don't like me. Exactly. And I don't think it'd be too many people that don't like you, Kev. I don't think it's that many people. They can't gather up that many people. V says Callie should get disability. He has a pretty low IQ. Yes. I just don't understand it. And I know he knows that it sounds stupid and he can't believe he's getting this far with it, y'all. Like, come on. I don't give him a lot of credit, but I know he got to understand that this is insane. These people actually believe it. And I think, to be honest with you, I think everybody on that panel other than him knew that it was dumb, but they're not going to give him that response because they're trying to attack Kevin, right? Right. um Kev says, good question. I knew they were. I went up to prove it and screen recorded it. It shows they are disingenuous. Yes, disingenuous. What's the word for today? Thank you for coming through, Queen. Thank you. I'm doing okay. How about you? And Kevin says, and have ill intentions. Most definitely, you have to have ill intentions. It's to gaslight people and to say, oh, well, we just talking, No, that's not just talking, because when people talk negatively about you, what did you say? Tell them to leave me alone. You can stop them from talking about me, you know. But when it comes to Kevin, oh, we just having conversation. Like, come on. We got to get to a point of, let's stop doing this to ourselves and to each other. I'd rather have peace. I'd rather be happy. I can't be that frustrated or have that much anger in my heart to just speak negative about somebody every day, especially if I'm claiming to say I don't have an issue with any of them. If I don't have an issue with you, you won't even have an acknowledgement. And so let me see what the comments. Kevin, stay off that delusional woman's panel. They made me so mad last night. Oh, I'm telling you. Yes, Queen. Yes. V said, what's up? What's up to the Queen? Yes. And she says, I'm doing good. We'll be catching the beginning. Most definitely. Most definitely. Thank you for everyone coming through. Thank you for everyone. Peace and blessings to all of you. Even to my replay gang, peace and blessings to everyone. I don't want no hurt and hostility between these content creators. But they perceive things how they want to, they take it how they want to, and they'll go to their platforms and they'll state how they feel. And I try to be understanding of that. For the most part, I just, I want it to be noted, let's not do to others what we don't want done to ourselves, and let's not do to others that they have not done to us. Okay. But either way, thank y'all so much for coming through. I've been meaning to come through for a long time now, and just been missing out, and please forgive me for that. um Brother Kev, I've been defending, and to the best of my ability, because Kev gonna defend himself, period, regardless. That man is an army by himself. You get what I'm saying? But I try to come in and do my piece, as much as I can, because Brother Kev has a lot of information on his channel, and it has helped me, just like Chief Cali has admitted that it has helped him. you know and the type of information that Kevin gives, it's life changing. So, with that, I have their gratitude. Why Callie doesn't have that same gratitude, I don't know. Maybe it didn't touch him as much as he said it did. Who knows? But I have great gratitude for his work, for his intellect, um, you know, the information that I've come into that helped me, you know. And I think that if people are going to speak on his name, or, to be in the midst of a discussion of him, whether it be negative or positive, go look into his work, go look into his information, and discover who this person is for yourself. Get a perspective of Kevin for yourself. And so that when somebody is speaking of certain accusations, you can either interpret whether it's the truth or not for yourself. Don't go based upon the crowd or the group that you're in the midst of, or emotions because you don't like the way he's responding, or you don't like the way he's handling certain situations. Go see for yourself. And whether you like him or not, you'll be able to determine if somebody is telling the truth or not. And I'm telling you, the lies that has been stated on this man's name, none of them are true. He is nothing close to a scammer. He's nothing close to a pedophile. He is nothing close to a person who would try to rape another grown ass man. Okay? Cheryl, thank you for coming through, Queen. Thank you so much. Peace and blessings to y'all. Thank y'all for coming so much. Even though I'm not able to come as consistently as I like, I do appreciate you guys coming through for me. I started working, I'm a full-time college student. Um, please forgive me. My intentions is to come through more often, but I am everly grateful every time I come through. You guys come and show support and love to me. I really appreciate that. I and I said it earlier. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. You have to be careful of the things that you entertain, of the conversations you sit in the midst of. Because if you know the capability of people and they've shown you who they are and things that they have done to other people, they are showing you that you are nothing different, and they are showing you what they are capable of, and that they are able to do it to you, and that they are showing you that they cannot be trusted. They're deceitful. Thank you so much. What's the word? Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. I try to give a good vibe, because I'm telling you, the internet, we have a lot of hurtful people out here who has, the ability to get on social media. They have the technology, you know, and they're able to do these things. I look at the internet as the wilderness. We all in the wilderness, and if you make a wrong turn, you'll find yourself in some of the most harshest points of the wilderness. So we all are out here trying to figure it out. And nobody is so much greater than the other. But we are all here to fight a great fight. And when you see somebody that is working against the great fight, it has to be noted for somebody else to have an understanding too. Thank you so much, Queen Cheryl. Thank you so much. Um, Kevin and Robert, they've been going through a lot, and even their sisters, going through a lot with something that they never experienced before. People are asking for something that they cannot give from themselves. I don't know too many people who has had an entire saga on their family, on their name, where a lot of strangers communicate about your life. That is something that you never see, as a usual thing. But then they'll tell Robert and they'll tell Kevin, well, you're supposed to do this and you need to do that and you got to do this and it's your fault and all this and that. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Have they experienced the saga before? I don't think so. I don't think anybody wants to have a resume where I've experienced this saga over here for about 6 years, and that saga over there that was 13 years strong. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, sure. I've never seen anything like this before. Yes, V says it's toxic. It's strange how they will hold them accountable for something that is non-realistic, and not only that, something that they can't even portray for themselves. They can't even do it themselves. You know. And they'll say, well, you're a man, you're a man. Well, where are the men in your lives and why are they okay with this? It's a lot of questions that come into play. It's a lot of things that's been taking place, and it's sad. And what I've noticed is misery is most definitely in love with company. The greatest crowds are the most miserable. That's what I've learned on YouTube, because it's so much negativity being spoken on. It's so much aggression being just pushed out, and your energy is just being drained into it, you know, soaking it all up, taking all of the energy out of you so that they can continue to be fueled in this misery. And they cover it up with a smile and laugh, and they having a good time being miserable, you know? And they work in overtime to make you just as miserable. Whatever the plot is, or the back end plan is, the malicious purpose for it, it's misery. And that's exactly what it is, you know? And that's exactly what is happening. And that is why it's continuing on and on and on and on. And what a lot of people fail to realize is the more you feed into it, the more you grow into it, the deeper you go into it. You have to get away from it. You can't feed into that stuff because you become it. And what Cheryl says, and it's the tag teaming with 8 to 10 hour lives. It is the most draining thing that I've seen. It's a full-time job to be so negative, but yet they're portraying as if they're having a great time. And it's not. It is making their hearts heavier constantly, V says, I find it hard to believe a person with a profession could maintain this amount of bickering. Most definitely. Some of them probably don't even have a profession. Who knows? You know, um, I mean, I've never seen nothing like this in my life. Before I came into this sector, I wasn't necessarily big on, internet things. I looked into Kevin, Bobby Hemmett, quite a few, people that I would look into about information, but I never really looked into like the social media life. And so when I got into this story, it was, oh my goodness, it was just so much. I just never even realized that, this world even existed. Kevin says Callie is a liar and a bad one at that. He forgets to even take on the persona of an actual victim. He even calls it a story. Why? Whoever calls something that happened to them a story. Exactly. Because he knows it's not true. Come on, he know he lying. Everybody else know he lying. He made the biggest mistake by creating the story, and in the very beginning of his story admitting how it only happened in his head, and that is what he is portraying as the truth. And everybody else, they're missing that part on purpose because they want to keep up chaos. But he basically told it in the beginning that it's not true. It's a made up story. It's fake. So, why are we even going further? People are just refusing to listen to what he's saying. And he said it himself. He said it literally himself. You know, um, I don't know what to make of that man. I really don't. And I ain't even gonna try. I don't expect much from him at all. He said you called the police, but this was just recently. It's been years before the police was called that he never even wanted to get on a panel with you, that he never wanted to meet face to face. I even seen that video where Kevin basically punked him out real bad, had Kelly on hush mouth, didn't even want to talk no more. Said, Kevin said, you gonna leave it alone? He said, yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. He was scared. But now he acting all tough because he gotta act tough. Cause you got Jaffe and you got the internet sister brother in the midst. You don't want to seem like a wimp in front of them. And so he trying to act all tough, y'all. Oh my goodness. But we all know, especially the ones who've been going through with this story, that it ain't him for real. That ain't him for real. V said if it wasn't hate, it's almost believe it's psycho love. Exactly. Fatal attraction. Exactly. Cheryl said I could tell he's loving the attention he's getting from over there, and he don't even realize they laughing at him. Because I mean, come on, think about it. If Todd a real OG, you get what I'm saying? I already know he looking like what type of man want to walk around talking about how he almost got raped and he ain't even did nothing. Like, come on. You already know most of the world is gonna look at him like, bruh, like you sound stupid. You sound weak. And Kevin says 99% of his story is imagination and speculation. It's wild. Most definitely. He know it's wild. He must have been thinking hard on this story before he said it, but didn't think hard enough to make it make sense. What's the word for today? Callie has deflecting only was cuts. Exactly. Exactly. And Kevin was answering every question. He even answered a couple of them quite a few times because they kept saying he didn't answer. And I'm like, he did answer it. I heard him so many times answer it. And it says, all those delusional women over there, an embarrassment to their children and grandchildren. I'm a woman first, and I can't ever embarrass my children on the internet. Exactly. Like, I don't want to be known as someone that was just being just distasteful towards somebody that I don't even know for no reason at all with the most ignorant topic. Like it just doesn't make sense to me at all. And then Kimberly, thank you for coming through, Queen. Callie sounded so weird when he was on that panel. He did. But he sounds like that all the time, Queen. He really does. Kevin's story never changed. It never changed. It never changed, but they wanted to make it seem as if it changed. And I know sometimes Kevin has to be like, I'm so tired of talking about this story. I am so tired. But Callie is like a toddler, just running around from different groups of people to different groups of people to try to tell the same story over and over. I just wonder when somebody just gonna have it in them to tell Callie like, yo, bro, do you really want to tell this story? Is you really not embarrassed or ashamed that you are sacrificing your own appearance as a man to make somebody else look bad? Like, is that what we doing here? Is that what we doing here for real? Cheryl said instead of answering the questions Kevin asked him, he was stuttering and trying to talk over him. Exactly. He was very nervous. He didn't want Kevin to come on the panel. Y'all, this is what the second time that he's been on the panel with Kevin with from years. He was on the panel with Kevin a few months back on Amora Let's Talk About It channel. And then yeah, before that, it's been literally years. It's just, I just don't get it. And I don't mean to talk bad or seem like I'm bashing him, but I mean, he literally bashing himself, if you ask me, because I mean, I know he can't be telling people in his real life, people that's next to him, this story, because I know somebody got to be looking at him like, dog, like, you really want to go out like that? That's how you want your name to be known? That's just, to me, that just, it just doesn't make sense at all that you want to be known as the man who was almost butt fucked by an NBA player and his house manager. Like, dog, you know? But that's what he does. And he says that Kevin sold his soul. But Kevin, to me, if he sold his soul, then why is it that he is continuously trying to converse with you about it just being in your head? It's in your head. If they were a part of the Illuminati, if they were a part of this whole little whatever evil thing that's going on, which I'm not saying may not be true, but if they were a part of it, why did they let you walk away to tell the story? You didn't have to fight to leave. Nobody threw no blows. No shots were fired. You literally was able to walk away on a highway. They didn't drive out to catch you. None of that happened. And then for 6 entire years, you talked about these men. 6 years. 7 now. You talked about these men. And nothing happened to you, but you want me to believe that they really was trying to rape you. You want me to believe that it ain't nothing happened to you. And the person that was trying to do that to you was the one that ended up calling the police on you. And you want to call him a weak nigga, a sucker, and all this and that for calling the police. He's scary. He lame. Okay. But you, nothing, like, come on, like, what is we doing here? Danny, thank you for coming through. Peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings. Kevin says he recycles the same crap, but if you listen, his story changes. I'm going to do a playback of when I address this story. Watch it, and you will see he's changed a few things. He most definitely has. I've noticed that myself too, Kev. I've noticed that myself too, especially while breaking down the story myself, talking about they was in the other room getting down. Callie, why did you stay? Why? Okay, see, this is the thing that I be trying to tell people, Queen. He said that it could have been some drugs on the fruit. And Kevin was shaking his hips. First of all, why was you looking at his hips? And second of all, why did you lay back down on the couch? If you felt like they was trying to do something to you, you laid back down into a vulnerable position. To me, you look like you was asking for it. I'm just saying. A, I'm just saying, don't nobody attack me, okay? V says he is asking for the wrong type of attention. Exactly. You're asking to be a victim of being butt fucked. Something's wrong with you. Cheryl, I mean, I know Kevin's not what they are portraying, but if he was, then what? What's the end game? What's exactly, Cheryl? Thank you, Queen. What is the point? What are you trying to get to? Because if Callie's not gonna call the police or, gonna make an excuse why he don't catch his one, you know what I'm saying? Then what's the point of it all at all? What's the point of it at all? Kevin says he thought he couldn't leave. We were just outside, doofus. Exactly. You recorded him outside rolling around on the concrete, laughing and making a fool of himself. And then he tried to say that was blackmail. Blackmail is when you record somebody in a compromising situation. And that's what he tried to say was compromising. Bro, you was laughing and giggling and goofing. That wasn't compromising. You were high. Like, bruh, compromising is more so of maybe a sexual orientation or a sexual position, beyond your control. That's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. And not only that, but Kevin wasn't even that close. You had your own space and area, and it was you that was rolling on the doggone ground. You didn't have to. You were sitting there too, on the steps. And then, yeah, because Kevin called him a doofus. V says, and plus Callie is a unisex name. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. He was already on mushrooms. Exactly. Kevin said, I could have thought we was on a spaceship. If I thought I was about to be great, I would have jumped out in the vacuum of space. Lakeisha, Queen, I miss you so much, Queen. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming through, Queen. I missed you so much. It's good to see you. When V said dude was flat on his face in the grass laughing again. Yo, and the video wasn't even that long. He said you was trying to blackmail me. Blackmail you? What? For what? What do you have? What do you have? Like, seriously, let's think about this. Like, he even asked himself in the mirror, who is Callie? So everybody just ask yourself, who is Callie? What's the word for the day, Lakeisha? I don't know if you've been into what's been going on, but the internet sister stated that she wanted to start a new saga. And the saga is about Kevin Wesley and the accusations about him from Chief Callie himself. For that Honda. Yes, I want the Honda Accord. Yo, at some point we gotta just make sense of this. Like, we growing, y'all. We getting up there, y'all. So, most of the people that was on that panel last night were grandparents, except I think for Jaffe and maybe Chief Callie, getting grandbabies and stuff like that. And we still entertaining the ignorance of people. Like, come on, we still doing ignorant things. Like, what is that? Kevin, I'm in the video with you, dude. Exactly. I'm literally talking and laughing with this dude. Y'all, how can I use that against him? Exactly. You basically telling on yourself because you the one that was talking to him. You were the one that was seen holding the phone, laughing and talking to him. So if you gonna use that for blackmail, you've incriminated yourself. But see, that's like, come on, these people don't think at all. Like, are we thinking, y'all? Lakeisha says they all a joke to me. They internet bangers, most definitely. They think it's funny and they having a good time doing it because they like, oh, it's just the internet. It's not that big of a deal. But it's most definitely important because nobody wants to be mistreated. Nobody wants to their name to be, dragged, especially with accusations such as this. I don't think nobody wants to be known as somebody who tried to rape Callie. Like, come on, what? Cheryl, they are apparently desperate for views. Clearly, they're desperate for something because this just doesn't make sense at all. And if you already got it like that, if you already good, then what's it to you? Like, seriously. What's the word says she better leave Kevin alone, mad because she couldn't get LaTruth. Hey, I've heard that speculation, Queen. Lakeisha says they talk about Kevin because they lost the respect of talking to him. Most definitely, I start to get to a point where I feel like a lot of people cannot handle certain levels of intellect. So when they do talk to Kevin, it kind of goes above their heads. And, it's unfortunate and it's true. So they feel intimidated or inferior or, so they hate it. They reject it, they attack it. Not to say that's the case for all of them, but that's most definitely a possibility, you know. Hold on, let me get a little sip of my water. And they says, what's the word for the day? Says Joffy. He even tried to come for Kevin. I couldn't stand Joffy since he came for LaTruth. I definitely disagree with that time frame, especially as how if you made up with the very person that you were upset about Robert not defending you against, then what is the point in being angry with Robert again? Because if it's over and you can move forward now, then what is the problem? I and not only that, but why is it that you even felt as if somebody was uh that somebody was in that much debt to you to even do something like that? It wasn't even a thing to defend. Jeannie is a female, and I was in that live that night when she was talking about the situation, and she did not, and this is my perspective, she did not attack Joffy. She just did. She wasn't hurtful at all. She said, "That's my internet brother, even though we disagree, or he might disagree with me, I still support him. I think everybody else should support him." And before you know it, they were just going back and forth. And I'm like, what in the world? What is happening? But then, Joffy, of course, he's upset and, just disliking the fact that people weren't receptive to his ideas for his platform. And he lashed out, and then he was mad at Robert. He was like, "Robert, you need to come defend me." And I'm guessing because Robert did not do that, or Robert didn't see the need to defend, especially with the ideas of how your platform goes, that's when the frustration with Joffy became with Robert. And to me, I understood what Robert was saying. This is an argument about platforms and how you run your platform, not necessarily an argument about, the content of my personal life and, my divorce. What is the argument part that I need to come in on necessarily, And let me see what they talk about Kevin because they lost the respect. Yes. And then okay, I think he was embarrassed because LaTruth got that as A. LaTruth came A, let me tell you. LaTruth came, and whenever he get mad, LaTruth be coming through. Now he be like, "What's up? What's up?" Him and Kevin, well, I'm telling you, they will address it. They will address it. I'm telling you. And Lakeisha says, "I don't even watch any of them. I haven't seen Jenny in months. I can't watch them because they are low vibrational." I hate to even look at it because how I used to watch Joffrey and Jeannie, and how things have changed drastically. Not because they have a different perspective. That's not the problem. The problem is how it's being handled, how they're going about it, that is so hurtful, because that wasn't necessarily them. That wasn't necessarily what it was like in my experience with them. And so, yeah, no, I don't like watching it either. And I definitely don't like the attacks upon Kevin, especially when Kevin has done nothing to these people, literally nothing to them. But and then to make up the excuse as to how everybody else is the reason as to why you would treat somebody this way, specifically Kevin, when he's been nothing but respectful. You know what I'm saying? Honest and respectful. But they're trying to make it seem as if his honesty was disrespectful, which is weird to me. Cheryl says, Lakeisha, I can't watch for very long either. I can't take it. But for the sake of Kevin last night, I did watch it. I watched it up until I think they were saying Robert was in the chat, and then I just felt even more hurt. And I was just like, these brothers, these sisters, they've been fighting for each other and for themselves. In something that a lot of us would have never even seen to be reality. you know Cheryl says they are just refurbishing the old stuff that has already been told. Yeah, basically, until people get tired of it and don't watch it anymore, I guess that's when they'll stop. um I would definitely give the advice to the family, to whatever strength they have within them, to not even pay it any attention, because that's exactly the plot. As long as you pay attention or address it, then they definitely have something to continue. You know, that's Miss Doolittle to you. Hey, how you doing, Queen? Tell me where you business. Why am I just not finding out about you? Everything you're saying is truth. They literally trying to come for Kev manhood, but keep talking about positivity. Exactly. It's I think that it's like a plot. As long as people are paying attention to it, as long as the main characters of this saga is addressing it or being involved in it, they'll continue because it's gonna get them views, it's gonna get them cash apps, it's gonna get them memberships, it's gonna get them stars, it's gonna get them likes, it's gonna get these profitable things. But when people die down from it and don't pay it attention anymore, eventually their own supporters are going to start to look at them as if they're dragging something, or they're becoming very obsessed because they're not even receiving a response. And that to me is, even though it can be quite challenging and aggravating at times, but to me, it's one of the most effective ways to respond to this chaos, because you can't win when you see people who are deliberately playing a game of deceit, especially if you're not a deceiver. You know, what's the word, Lakeisha? I don't watch them either, but I seen Jeannie title and I clicked on her and instantly got mad. Yes, Lady Love, thank you for coming through, Queen. I'm glad to see you, Queen. I missed you so much. I missed y'all so much. So Jeannie talking about Kevin. Yes, Lakeisha. Yes. Yes, Queen. She has stated that she is making a saga, a new sector for Kevin Wesley. And Cheryl says, exactly, if people stop watching and engaging, it will stop. Most definitely. Kevin says, they called me so many gay slurs last night, but soon as I snap back, get him off the platform. He's so disrespectful. Like, what exactly? Exactly. It was very one-sided and unfair, because they feel as if you are the one that is supposed to be bowing, but you owe none of them anything. You owe none of them anything, just like they don't owe anyone anything. So why is it that we treat someone as if they owe us something when we don't even feel like we owe someone something ourselves? Terry says, don't mean to spread rumors around, but how can man like Jaffe consider himself high vibration, especially when attempting to link up with Brina on the DL while in a marriage? Huh? Terry, I don't know what is going on with that. Terry, come on now. Let's stick together, bro. I don't know. I don't know what that is. And, I don't want to spread any accusations like that. That's something that, whatever the case may be with that situation, we'll have to let adults, do their thing, announce their thing, or deny their thing, however it goes. Lakeisha says, Lady Love, things got so spicy on the internet. I stay out the way now. Most definitely. Me too. Me too. Me too. And then Typo, like Terry came through with some stories, baby. Let me tell you. Yeah, but I don't want to include myself in those type of topics, because those are very sensitive topics. We're talking about marriages and relationships and things like that. So if it can't be confirmed, Angie didn't talk about it. Right. So, shout out to the brother Kev. Shout out to everyone that came through tonight. Shout out, peace and blessings to everyone. Love, 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 love. Love is honest. Love is truth. Love is facts. Love is, sometimes not always fair, but it is true. Love is not always easy, but it is love. Love is not always comfortable, but love is the goal. And when you see someone who's not speaking necessarily in love and kindness are two different things. But when you see someone who's not speaking in love, meaning that the intent is malicious, meaning that the intent is hurtful, meaning that the intent is not prosperous for us all, then automatically that you're in the wrong place. Okay? Oh, Terry said he been hearing about it since last year. Well, hopefully they'll come to some type of addressing or conclusion, or maybe not. Who knows? When it comes to that, Cheryl, when I came across your channel, I knew you were coming to go back up Kevin Queen. Most definitely, I got to have a brother back to the best of my ability. I am a one-man army right now, and that's okay. And not necessarily one man army. I got y'all. I got my subscribers, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? And I know that a lot of the content creators that are against my perspective, or doesn't necessarily agree with my viewpoint, they've been very harsh to quite a few people and each other, might I add. But that's okay, because you stand for something or you fall for anything, and I stand for Kevin Wesley and his intellect and his enlightenment. And so whatever blow comes my way, I hold my head up with grace and with dignity, to the best of my ability, because we all got it in us, right? Lakeisha, Angie got Kevin back. I love you, baby. Yes, Kevin is a good man. Yes, he is. He's a good man. He's a good father. He's a good husband. He's a good grandfather. Lady Love, an army of soldiers armed and ready. Period, Lady Love. Period. Thank y'all so much. That makes me feel so much better. It actually makes me feel more confidence in, being able to speak my perspective, because a lot of this harsh stuff, it can kind of hinder you to want to even, speak at times. But the love gives you the courage. And, that's all I need for real. Just give the love, and I will continue to have the courage to be myself, to be humble, to be truthful, and to continue to speak in what I believe in. And right now, what I believe in is Brother Kev. I believe in you, bro. I know, I know for certain, who I'm defending. And I'm not changing that for nobody. Let me see. I stand with Kevin. Yes, yes. Amber in the building. What's up, Queen? And that's Miss Doolittle to you. Yes, Jeannie said they're gonna talk for 2 years now. She trying to build her YouTube off Kevin name, just like she did Robert on Facebook. Most definitely. And Cheryl said we absolutely stand for the whole family. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Shout out to you, Amber, for coming through. I think this might be Amber first time coming through the chat. Shout out to you. And peace and blessings. I love it when the content creators come through and show your girl some love, most definitely. But I do remember Amber did share my live when I first came out. So this not her first time, supporting the channel. So shout out for you coming through. Don't hesitate to come through. Latoya, Angie, you are such a beautiful soul. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Thank you. Like minds. Like minds. And Kevin says, what's nasty work? How Callie tried to make it a big deal that I never talked about my sisters to him when he never spoke about his siblings to me. And I don't care. He's weird. Most definitely. Oh, Kev. This reminds me. Remember when he was talking about the story? You see, Callie liked to tell the stories, making it seem like Kevin is, scary, or, Kevin and Robert are weak, talking about in the strip club. And I got so agitated because he's talking about Kevin was over there looking there in the girl eyes, talking about, and when the girl came up to me, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm going to look at her eyes for, and I'm looking like, because it's a female. The art of seduction. You mean to tell me you not attracted to the very thing that you came to see on purpose? But somehow you more man than Kevin. Or what about the one when they were shooting the video, y'all? And he talking about he had the gun on him, he had the strap on his hip or whatever, and he was supposed to be protecting Kev, because Kev was scared. He was thinking somebody was gonna rob him. But then Kevin done disappeared. He couldn't find Kevin. And lo and behold, Kevin was in the store buying somebody a sandwich because they asked for something to eat. Talking about, you supposed to stay close, man. I'm the one with the strap. Seemed to me like you the one that's scared. Ever said, I came to your live a month ago. I just scoping things out. Understandably, Queen. Understandably, respect. Lakeisha says, Callie know damn well he can't get with Kev. Kevin said, listen, y'all, they may build their pages, but they are destroying their public character at the same time. This is why I don't care that Amora plays it on her platform. It has zero credibility. Facts. 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 Yo, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Lady Love said, I don't even know why that man even tried. Y'all, I don't get it. I don't understand. Kevin said he loved to say he protected me. He's a liar. We all know that. We all know that. Kevin, zero credibility. Say that. Thanks, Lakeisha. Kevin said, yeah, he accidentally admitted he saw me feeding the homeless. Exactly. How you accidentally admitted that? In the midst of trying to prove that you were tougher, you still admitted that he was feeding the homeless. Wow. V. Facts. Many people fell on their sword messing with Kevin at this point. Yes. Yes, they have. And they hate it. And what's the word says? Seduction. I know that's right. Period. The art of seduction. The female body. Come on. The eyes. That's art of seduction. So if she got you gazing her eyes, she's doing what she's supposed to be doing at that moment. How is that Callie felt like that was weak of you to engage in what you guys were there for? Seduction. Like, what is he talking about? Like, he's all crazy. These Lady Love, and that's the truth. Facts. That's the truth, Kev. they can make it seem as serious as they want to try. That illusion or this is serious, but it's really sad. It's like a funny sad because it's not real, and it's sad that people are just, you know, they're trying to use this. That means you ain't got no time on your hands. You're not doing nothing at all to make a story like this even anything. Dimples, hello Angie and everyone in the chat. Peace to you, Queen. Thank you for coming through. Kev says, facts. V. Bennett and anyone who tried to use that story to hurt my name will. It's clearly BS. It is. It's most definitely BS. Facts. Facts. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But if that's what they want to do, by all means, go for it. Because you're only going to be embarrassing yourselves. Because when people actually pay attention to what is being discussed, they're going to be like, hey, that don't make sense. It don't add up. It's dumb. And who wants to continue to talk about a man who is openly proud of going down in history as someone who was almost butt fucked by an NBA player and his house manager? Like, bro, like, you a grown man. Like, what is that? Kevin says he act like I'm supposed to be effing the stripper in the club. I can look at her eyes if I want to lose a stop watching. Yes, he watching you while you watching the girls. Like, something is. Why you watching me? But you want to call me gay? You looking at me with all these females walking around naked. You watching me. And then you had a whole anger moment with a female that walked up to you for a dance. How you mad at her? Because I'm looking in the female eyes. Like, what about that makes sense? Queen Dimple says, hello, Kevin. Peace and blessings to you and your family. Yes. What's the word says? Callie mad. Kevin can pull a beautiful woman and he's still looking for a man. Hey, he was laying on that couch with that pillow on his face. He definitely was looking for somebody to do something. He was mad because they didn't do it. That's what it was. We say, yep, that's creepy. He loved Kevin. Yes, he do. y'all is cutting up in this chat. He's the true definition of madly in love. What's Beyonce song? Dangerously in love. Oh my goodness. He just screams highly disappointed that he did not get butt fucked that night. He was looking so forward to it and it never happened. I'm sorry. Lakeisha said Callie be so focused on these men looking women on the internet, he can't stay focused on his own lady. Hey. He done admitted to some stories about what he has done to women in his past relationships, and they weren't necessarily pleasant and quite abusive and domestic, but what's the word says? Dwight needs to come to the front of the class. And I know one thing. I know Dwight probably looking like, I wish I was a part of the Illuminati. I would have got somebody to off this crazy man. Golly. You ain't never went nowhere telling this story for 7 years, and you mean to tell me that Dwight is a part of the Illuminati? Yeah, okay. Keep going for it. Miss White, thank you for coming through, Queen. Shout out to you. It's been a minute. I'm so happy to see you here. Queen Cheryl, yes, I remember those stories. Peace and blessings to all of y'all for coming through the chat. This saga has its ups and downs, but I'm most grateful for everyone. Us all finding a moment of up to be able to speak on this topic. I appreciate it. I am in great gratitude for all of you. Lakeisha says Callie told him himself. That's the funny part, is he told on himself. I would have been looking at him like, dog, you sure you want to tell somebody else this story? You sure you want to tell somebody else this story? Lady Love says, not at all, but he justified his behavior. Most definitely. He tried so hard. It is like it don't make no sense at all. It doesn't make any logical sense at all to tell somebody that they had to, you know, they had to experience your wrath. You told a woman that they had to experience your wrath. But no, you're not the abusive one, huh? You blacked out and you beat her face until it was not noticeable. But you're not abusive. You get what I'm saying? To me, Callie might be a little undercover, y'all, because he beating on women and he mad that he didn't get raped. Y'all make it make sense. Y'all make it make sense. Things that make you say, You say he beat a woman like that, he don't like women. You can't like no woman you beating their face in like that so they unrecognizable. And his defense is she put her hands on him first. She was choking him by his bandana that fell on his neck. It fell on your neck because you guys were tussling. That's what happened. And in her defense, she was trying to choke. And then you said you were able to get her hands off of your neck from choking you by placing your hands on her neck. And when she released from your neck, then you decided or you stated that you blacked out and then you beat her face in. You're no longer being choked, love. How is it that you beat somebody face in like that? How is it that you do that in front of a child? Say, my daughter was there. My daughter's the one that called 911. So she witnessed you beat a female until she was unrecognizable to the point where the police had to arrest you, according to you, because you weren't the one that was being abusive. That's sad to me. Lady Love says, we can't make sense of mental facts, Queen. Miss White says, at Kevin, keep your head up. Trouble don't last always. Great people do. Even after you're gone, great legacies live on. Most definitely, Queen. Most definitely. And Kevin says, the people who are more need to be covering as abusers and pedos, she teams up with them. Facts. Yes, she does. Yes, she does, because she'll have quite a story if she spoke on Chief Callie. I'm telling you, she would have quite a story because he lied on Miss Felicia's panel and stated that that was his only time doing it. But then he went on his panel and he told her that he had to do it a couple of times. So he lied to her. He lied to everyone that was listening. So you did it a couple of times. That's a pattern. That means you're abusive. You know what I'm saying? And Lakeisha says, Kevin not worried about those. Nope. Not worried about them peasants. Nope. And then indeed, Miss White, thank you. Kevin says, thank you. And Queen Dimple says, I think those people are so sickening. And it's funny how we all got here was for a false claim of DV. Them people just grabbing at every little straw to continue to speak on them. It's so sad as hell. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And what I tell them, Queen Dimples, what you did not create, you cannot destroy. Queen Cheryl says, Kevin, why wouldn't Royce go on the panel when you were up there? Oh, Miss Cheryl, Queen Cheryl, I think some people was in the chat saying that it was a fake page. Now, I'm not sure if it was real or not, but I like to believe it was a fake page because, is somebody trying to continue on with this whole illusion, this story, especially if she even the text message, because we all saw the text message that Amora went on her channel and went over with Chief Callie. In the text message, it stated how she didn't want to be a part of it. So, and then what's the word says, but they say they against DV and narcissist men and women. You can't make this stuff up. Exactly. You can't. You can't. And Kevin says, because Royce knows she's lied and said I came on to her when it was the other way around. She hopped on my lap, straddling me and kissed me. And I literally had to stand up to her to get her off of me. Yes. And we all know she not gonna want to speak out against that stuff. She not. Queen Dimples, thank you so much, Queen. Thank you so much. And Kevin says I was probably it was probably fake to see if I was lying. I have proof of all I've said, and we've all noticed that Kevin got them proof. He got the receipts now. He done showed it before. He done discussed proof before, you know. So if he's saying he got it, they might as well go on and hey, Kevin got the receipts. Lakeisha saying, damn, Kevin, they be doing the most. Yes. Yes. Lady Love says, so while I didn't watch it, but it sounds like it was a panel full of certified nuts. It was driving me crazy. So it had to be, you know. Oh my goodness. Kevin, keep the proof, baby. Most definitely. Keep it. Keep it. She was stuck on me like Spider-Woman. I can imagine it. I know y'all done seen Royce on what? Basketball Wives. And Royce had a lot of energy, y'all. And she just was just hopping around, jumping off. I can definitely see when Kevin identified, when he describes it, I can see her being exactly just that. Dimple said, I can't watch them for very long. Their concept of telling the truth is so delusional. And I think that it's an intent, it's purposeful. They know that it doesn't make logical sense. They, you know, they're just doing it, you know, because they know that it's going to give, it's profitable at this moment, you know. And not to say that either being good or bad in the saga or being on one side or the other isn't is more profitable than the other, but what I'm stating is, you know, if you have no other purpose other, you know, to do this, then you got to see it as, you know, profit. This White says, I didn't watch either. However, or here I heard it was very disheartening. It was very disheartening. I could not stand it, y'all. I could not stand it. And I know with me even trying to catch the link, you know, who am I? You get what I'm saying? So, but I watched it, and Kevin, like every time, y'all, he defends himself. He go hard in the paint. You know, he did his thing. And you know, they weren't receptive to him doing his thing, but real ones recognize. And Kevin said, even the lady Latanya that they keep saying I used for a house, I have a whole recording of her saying otherwise and speaking on them. You know, they gotta keep at least with their story for the most part. You get what I'm saying, Kev? They don't want it to fall too much apart. It already don't make sense. I couldn't take it, y'all. I couldn't take it. And especially with the first couple of live videos that Jeannie was doing, I couldn't take it. But the third one, when I saw, you know, Kevin was up there, I was like, well, I'm in it now. I got to see it through. And I saw it through. And I'm going to tell you, regardless of how anybody may perceive it, in my perspective, Kevin, you did your thing per usual. Keep standing on your name, bro. Keep standing on your name. Peace and blessings to every last one of y'all. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. I'm so grateful to have everyone here. I'm so grateful that everyone came in to support. I'm so grateful for the love. I want to, usually I do my video breakdowns and things like that, and I'm coming back with some more. I got some things to let loose, you know. Y'all know how I give it up, but I just wanted to come back and just hurry up and give, you know, some of my perspective, because it's been on me heavy and I couldn't wait, you know. So that's why I came here to talk it out with y'all. I'm so happy that y'all came through, you know. Lady Love says, all I know is every time I see Callie, he grieves my spirit. All I can think of is he needs an Ativan, some type of medication. He needs something. Dimple says, Kevin, I love seeing the love and the support. Your family dynamic is so beautiful, and your baby boy is so adorable. Yes, that's quite a few things I wanted to bring. Thank you, Queen. You guys, I've been wanting to bring up Prince Amik, y'all, he's been learning to swim. He got his first haircut and he been cooking in the kitchen, y'all. Y'all got to go tap in. Brother Kev and Queen Lacey, I'm telling you, dynamic. They are doing their thing with the Prince, y'all. I'm telling you, I loved it. And then also, it was a video. I don't know if everybody noticed, but I shared it on my channel. I want to say her name DJ. She did an interview with Kevin, and it was dynamic, y'all. I even spoke about some of the zodiac within the Bible from Kevin's different type of discussions that he did a while back, and he's also done some recent topics, you guys, and they have been amazing. And when he did this interview, you know, I can see what I had learned from doing that discussion about the zodiacs in the Bible with Brother Kevin. So I'm learning, you guys, and if anybody's interested, please go check these videos out because they are amazing. If you have not grabbed Kevin's book, you have to go grab it. And not only that, I think I want to do a book review, a couple of book reviews. Brother V has a book. Brother Kevin has a few books that I got. And not only that, let me give this shout out while it's on my mind, y'all. It is this queen that is so beautiful within, y'all. Queen Critical. If you guys are not subscribed to her channel, please subscribe to her channel. She is a lady of wisdom and love, and I appreciate her so much. Okay, I'm going to share her channel when I get off live, but you guys go check her out, okay? And give her love and support. She has beautiful content. She's very wise, okay? And Lakeisha says, Kevin gonna always stand for himself and family, period. Kevin said, it's like a lion facing a pack of hyenas. They all have to team up and talk at the same time. They can't address me one-on-one. As soon as I'm talking to one, the other interrupted. They can't take you, bro. They can't. Your intellect, they can't. And they know that you're telling the truth. So they gotta attack it. They gotta attack it. Stormy, thank you for coming through, Queen. I couldn't even listen to them for 3 seconds. It's so harsh, y'all. It's so dark. Like, as soon as you tap in, it's just so dark. And then what's the word? It says Genie brother took it as a threat, talking about that's his little sister and he will do whatever to protect her, but she inserted herself most definitely. But he doesn't know that, so you know he's not aware of a lot of the ins and outs of what's going on. She even stated that, so you know it's under false pretense, you know. So we can't hold that much against him, you know. At the most I would see it as if he was to knew everything as a whole, he probably would disagree with some of the stance that his sister has. Lady Love, Angie, don't stay away so long. I won't. I promise I won't, Queen. King Terry says, Angie, don't leave Samik's dancing video. Oh man, y'all. And he just be kicking them legs, Terry. I swear. And he don't hold back for a minute when he tell Lacey and Kevin, he said, I love it when he do. He say, I remember when, and I tell this story all the time because that was the first one. That was the first moment I saw it. I said, "Oh, he ain't gonna hold back. He ain't gonna hold back telling what's on his mind." When Lacey was trying to roll him on the bed to get him to lay on his back, he was like, "No, I want to lay on my stomach." Y'all, he is just the cutest thing. Oh, and y'all gotta see the videos. Kevin has been taking his babies to the gym. Well, not his babies, y'all, but I say babies all the time because I got babies and Critical tell me they not babies, they teenagers. But you know, they've been going to the gym, getting their exercise on, and I think they the family just did a country karaoke, if I'm not mistaken, y'all. Y'all tap into the fam. You know what I'm saying? Tap in. And Lady Love says, Kevin, I sent you a picture on Facebook of my son. Did you get it? It was on the profile of you and your wife teaching your son how to swim. And I love when they teach him how to swim. He kick his feet, or when they hold him back, y'all. When they hold him laying back like he's swimming backwards, he be like, "Oh, it's time to let me up." I love some meat. I love it. I love it. And I just love how he just light up and be so excited. And he just, when he grabbed Lacey hair, he always grabbed Lacey hair and try to put it in his mouth, y'all. And Lacey just looking like, that's not where it goes. Yeah, shout out to the Queen Critical. First and foremost, always, always shout out to the Queen. She the truth, y'all. And if y'all have not subscribed to her channel, please do. I'm telling you. You know, she's on her channel. She makes short videos. Sometimes she has topics that she comes and talks about. You know, genuine soul, genuine love. Genuine people need to start uniting with each other. And Queen Dimple says, yes, I got to get Kevin's book, Emotional Terrorist. Yes, and I have that book. As a matter of fact, we're going to do some reviews on these books because it has helped me so much. Kevin has helped me so much. And not only that, Queen Lacey has helped too. And I don't know if you guys are all subscribed to her channel, but she's building her channel on YouTube. And she done put out a couple of videos, and I think that they are very, very important. It's one video I actually wanted to do a review on, y'all. And it's about, you know, mothers, you know, holding on to traumas before they become mothers, you know, and basically letting us understand that, you know, some of us receive things as being hard, as being a parent, and it's ultimately because of the things that we haven't healed from, you know, from our past before becoming mothers. You know, she got a deep perspective, y'all, and please go listen to the Queen, because I'm telling you, she helps me on a regular, especially with my femininity, you know, giving me a woman's perspective. You know, Kevin got the enlightenment. Queen Lacey got that woman perspective that can help you, you know, groom yourself into becoming, you know, the queen with the crown that's not tilted, you know? Oh, yes, you saw it, Queen Dimples? Yes, I love the karaoke. Lacey was sitting in that chair, get me, y'all. Kevin said, we have a reality show coming soon too, guys. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Y'all tap in. That's healthy living. That's healthy love. That's healthy family. You know, beautiful family, beautiful wives, beautiful children, healthy. What a lot of people wish that they had, and most of them don't. They don't have it, and that's why they have so much aggression towards it, and they try to go against it because they're rejecting the truth of how they really feel about it at times. And I get it, but you know, it's not okay. Lakeisha says he like Lacey to sing to him. He be singing to he loves. Yes, Queen. Critical. Clock it with the Queen, y'all. Y'all, please tap into the channel. I was just speaking about you, Queen. I'm so happy that you came through. Most definitely, y'all. When I tell you this woman right here, this Queen right here, wisdom, peace. You ever wanted some inner peace? You got to get around somebody with some wisdom. And Critical, boy, man. Critical has helped me a lot in that aspect, and I really appreciate and I value her so much. Shout out to the Queen. His kisses from Kevin and giving kisses. Yes, Lakeisha. Yes. Y'all, please, thank y'all so much for coming through. Peace and blessings. Y'all, it's so many things that I want to do as far as my content, because what Kevin, the information that Kevin has, y'all, is so profound. You know, it'll literally drown this quote unquote saga that's trying to be created. Okay, you know, his intelligence, his intellect, you know, the discussions that he has, you know, is non-comparison. Like the ignorance that they're trying to promote on his name it can't stick. It won't stick. It has never stick. Definitely supporting Kev. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. Yes. Queen Dimple says, watching Kev and his family where there is no stress or drama. I love watching happy family moments. Yes. Isn't it so peaceful and freeing? Like, it's just so much peace. Just being able to watch and tune into something that's just doesn't make you feel so angry and drained and just filled with aggression and just vampires. Vampires, you know? And so when I look at his content, when I look at Jamie's content, when I look at Lacey's content, when I look at even me, myself, and mine, let me tell you, that is a nice channel, y'all. If y'all got some little babies, some little ones, and you want to give them content to watch, Me, Myself, and Mine is a wonderful channel, and they have Facebook and YouTube. And I'm telling you, when they unpackage the stuff out of the box where they build the dinosaur and they do the baking or they go to the park, Maya gets her nails done and her hair done. When you look at these things, it's so peaceful, it's so beautiful. Or when it's time to clean up the tent in her room, y'all, I'm telling you, like, Kevin's family, it's a beautiful it's a beautiful thing to watch on social media, and they have so many categories of videos for you guys to look at, and you have peaceful entertainment. Those are the things that we enjoy the most. The toxic entertainment, those things are momentarily and they're stressful, but when you watch something with love, those are the things that we keep forever. And him and his family, they have channels that you can watch forever. Rise family. And Queen Lakeisha, what's our name? We are the doers. The doers. Let's not forget. Those who aren't doing, don't get in the way of those who are. The doers. I want everybody to stay encouraged. I'm not going to stay away long, y'all. I actually skipped doing a little piece of homework. I'm going to do the homework. As a matter of fact, I might try to go live tomorrow. What y'all think, and do a video review? I want to break down some things. What y'all think? Queen Dimple says, I pray that them people just leave Robert, Kevin, and the sisters alone. You and me both, Queen. Critical says, yes, standing still is going backwards slowly. Yes, Queen. It most definitely is. A lot of people don't know, like, if you're standing still, you have made yourself the greatest prey. And so let this all be a moment of understanding that we all have to keep going. We all have to keep moving. Kevin and his family shows that all the time. Even Robert has made different videos, with his daughter Amora, making different content. Latoya has made different content. Even Dawn makes her different content. This family, they make different content within the chaos that's going on. So that's a simple example that everybody can look at to get a full understanding of what Queen Critical was stating right there. You can't just stand still. You have to keep going. If you're standing still, you're moving backwards, even if you're not moving at all. Keep going. Yes, we are the doers. Yes, we are the doers. Thank you, Miss White Queen. Yes, she says she likes that. Thank you. And then Kevin says, I would definitely be in the building. Most definitely. I think, even if I don't necessarily do a video review, I could do a book review, because I already got 3 of them books. And I know that we hear about the Terrorizer book, but I got 2 other books, y'all. We definitely could do some reviews. And I got Brother V's book, and we definitely gonna do some more reviews. I got another book coming too that I'm gonna tell y'all about when I get it. It's a beautiful book from a beautiful woman too. And I definitely want to break down that book. We definitely can have a discussion about that book. Queen Dimple says, Angie, all that their family has been through, they truly show great restraint and great strength. Yes. Don't they, Queen? I'm telling you, I don't know too many people who would be able to do it. And they did it. They did it. It's amazing. What's the word says? I don't even drink or smoke, but they be having me want a few shots. So I know, like, hey, I need to get a doggone drink. This stressing me out. This worse than my job, y'all. Critical says, Kevin, I'm gonna check your book out. Most definitely, y'all. Blue, Queen Blue, Queen Lakeisha. Thank y'all for coming through. Thank y'all for coming through. Lady Love came through. Thank y'all so much. Critical in the building. I most definitely appreciate the Queen. V done came through. See, sister teacher. Shout out to you, Queen. Hello, Angie in chat. Kevin, you are a good leader and a great teacher. I myself have learned from you, young man. My advice is to focus on your gift because you are gifted. I pray you come back. Most definitely. Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you. Shout out to all the love and support in the building, y'all. Shout out to everyone that came through. Shout out to everyone that, wanted to hear my perspective on this point. I'm not going to stop defending the bro. I'm telling you, I'm not going to stop defending the fam, because overall, no matter what perspective anybody may see this from, they were lied on. They didn't deserve this treatment. Nobody deserves this kind of treatment. And to see them all continue to stand, that's powerful. That's powerful to me. Lakeisha said Kevin is a star. Most definitely. Most definitely. Miss White says Blueberry Boots from the group home, aka Bootleg. And then Such a Lady. Shout out to you, Queen, for coming through. I love this. My first time watching. Peace and blessings. Thank you. I hope you come back more. And then Floria, thank you for coming through, Queen. Bless you, my sister. Bless you as well. Purpose-driven mom. That's right. That is beautiful. V says, yep, facts. They still standing. And Lady Love, like, shares. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Queen. And Blue says, and you know how we do it. And Queen Dimple says, peace and blessings and all that stuff. They've been through there. It is definitely something amazing. It's coming their way. Most definitely. Most definitely, Queen. Most definitely. It's not the end. It's only the beginning. These moments are the true test of strength and courage. True Slayer, thank you for coming through, Queen. I just got in here, but peace to you, Angie. Thank you for coming through, Queen. Shout out to the Truth Slayer in the building. Lakeisha says, Angie, you do it with so much class. I would go off so bad for Kevin, so I have to just stay in the comments. I don't know how to stop. Lord knows I don't blame you, Keisha. Everybody know we all know our limits. Shout out to you, Queen. I appreciate everyone's support. I appreciate everybody coming through. I really do value this moment, y'all. Y'all really don't know. Such a Lady says, you're welcome, my sister. I pray for this family that God gives them peace and comfort. Most definitely. Dream Girl, shout out to you, Queen. Thank you for coming through. Says, hey, Angie, I've been listening. Loved your live. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming through, Queen. Queen Floria says, never heard you before, but I felt such a spiritual, true, and calm spirit when I heard your voice. Thank you so much. Like minds. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. I'm so grateful for every last one of you. I value this moment like y'all have no idea. You guys are very encouraging to me in this moment right now, and I really appreciate it. Words cannot express how I feel right now. I'm really thankful. I really do appreciate it so much. Good morning, gorgeous. Thank you for coming through, Queen. Hi, Angie and chat. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, y'all. How was the beginning of the work week for y'all today? Y'all, I started back in the career, y'all. I started back in the career and I love it. I absolutely love it. Going back into the career field, y'all. I love it. I love being a full-time employee, a full-time college student, a full-time mom, a full-time everything, and I'm working on, making sure that I'm a full-time content creator too. So, she got that hustle and bustle about her. You feel me? Truth Slayer says, hello, truth teller speaking to me. Yes, queen. Yes, yes. Thank you, Lady Love. Lady Love says, hit that like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Sure, you love our laugh. Thank you so much. I really be nervous. Terry says, Lakeisha, see, I'm the same way as why I get ready to go toe to toe with someone in the comment section too. Hey, I done seen Terry. Terry be going for bats, baby. Lakeisha said, girl, speaking of work, I have to be to work in the next hour. Oh, Lakeisha, yes, I was supposed to start doing night shift content so I can help you go. I'm going to work on that, queen. I'm telling you, you know what? The best days that I might start doing that are Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. What you think? Dimple says, Angie, you have a beautiful spirit. Keep allowing God to use you for whatever the purpose you choose. Thank you so much, queen. Thank you. Thank you. And then Queen Floria says, I've been praying for this family. I have 3 sons, and I was touched by these black brothers who the devil tried to tear down, but real mothers came in like a mighty rushing wind to help them. Yes, real mothers came in. Real mothers were able to see what was happening to these black sons. And it's not okay. It's not cool. We can't let this happen, And so, what's the word? Yes, I love it, Angie. Me too. Work, college, and parents. Superwoman over here. I be trying to make it work, y'all, but sometimes something falls down along the lines, and then I have to go back and catch it, and then something else falls. But overall, we juggling them over here. Lakeisha says, I'm a single parent and I have to take care of my kids, take my kids to school and pick them up. So I have to make it work. Yes, queen. Yes, queen. And you got this. You got this. Yeah, Terry ain't no joke. Queen Blue. Terry ain't no joke. Terry be out here doing his thing, ain't it? I love y'all so much. I really do appreciate the vibe in here. Y'all, I really appreciate everybody coming through. If you came in a little late, y'all hit the beginning because I came through with my little storytellers. Oh, and I wanted to finish telling y'all about the story of the dog sitting on the nail and how the little girl, after she walked from the first porch, she walked throughout the neighborhood and started seeing different dogs on nails and dogs fighting over nails to sit on and things in that sort. So that story continues. It's my version, and I'm definitely going to give y'all a good one, okay? Dimples, yes, Floria. God always brings help to his children, especially when wrong is happening. And you know what? To this family, to these brothers, to Kevin and LaTruth, their strength, their courage, a lot of people look at them as if they're supposed to change their character and change who they are in order to prove how they appreciate, them being defended, or in order to prove, or be appeasing to them in order to prove that they're innocent of these accusations. And that's not fair. That's not fair. These men are men. And not only that, they don't have much to change. They're healthy. They're good people. They're actually good people. But you can't do that to them. Nobody's telling you to change who you are. Nobody's telling you to be a different person. They have every right to be an individual of who they are. It doesn't change from the fact that they are innocent from the slander that's being placed on their name. True Slayer says Terry will definitely push you off of a cyber cliff if you don't make sense. Lady Love says, we love you, Angie. I love y'all too, man. I love y'all too, man. And you know, Lauryn Hill, she said it the most. You know, it could all be so simple, but we rather make it hard. You know, and loving each other has become a battle, and we both end up with scars. And a lot of us are hurt, and those scars that we have, you know, we look at them or we can feel them, and we take the pain out on each other, when we have to just realize that the scar doesn't heal any faster or any better if we don't address the scar itself. You know? Queen Floria says, my oldest son, who is 44 and now was shot 7 times in 2014 on a lie, woman told God went down in the devil's playground and put life back into him. Our God is awesome, and so is our black sons. I am so sorry to hear that, Queen. I am so sorry, y'all. A lie a woman told. A lie a woman told. I'm so happy. You said that he came back. And I'm so happy for that. Encouragement to you and your family, beautiful. Good morning, Gorgeous says, for real respect to you, Angie. Thank you so much. Love you, Queen. Great live. Thank you, Queen Loretta, for coming through. Thank you so much. Lakeisha said, yes, it's me, Blueberry Roots. I've been out the way. Queen Dimple says, True Sled, the way you break down your content is so great. I love the way you make it make sense. Yo, as a matter of fact, it's been some content creators that came through today. True Sled came through. Amber came through. Miss White came through. Y'all go follow those channels. Shout out to those queens. And don't forget to subscribe to Queen Critical. Period. Let's not forget that. Thank you, Loretta. Thank you for coming through, Queen. Yes, hit the replay. I'm telling you, it's good. It's good. It's good. Peace and blessings to all of y'all. I'm going to go ahead and call it an end. But you know what? I'm coming. I think I could do it tomorrow, and before I do some schoolwork. I'm gonna come live tomorrow, and I think I'm either gonna do I think I'm gonna do a video review, and then we're gonna schedule to do a book review, so that if anybody wants to get the book, they'll be able to get it before we start to do the review. And I think the first one that I want to start off with is one of Kevin's books, so I'm gonna announce it when I do get ready to do that. And y'all, I gotta stay committed, so that means I'm coming on, okay? But I think I want to do a video review tomorrow, and I'm definitely coming through for y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming through. Thank you, Queen Cheryl. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for coming through. I definitely see y'all tomorrow. Peace and blessings to you all.